Students, now I am going to explain page replacement from operating system subject. If a process of 10 pages actually uses only one of them, then demand paging saves the input output necessary to load the 5 pages that are never used. So here increase our degree of multiprogramming by running twice as many processes. Thus, if we had 40 frames, we could run 8 processes. If we increase our degree of multiprogramming, here we are over allocating the memory. So if we run 6 processes, each of which is 10 pages in size, but actually uses only 5 pages, we have higher CPU utilization and throughput with 10 frames to spare. Over allocation here manifests itself as follows. Means while a user process is executing, a page fault occurs. The hardware tracks to the operating system, which checks its internal tables to see that this page fault is a genuine one rather than an illegal memory access. The operating system determines where the desired page is residing on the disk, but then finds that there are no free frame on the free frame list. All memory is in use. Then the operating system has several options at this point. It could terminate the user process to improve the computer system's utilization and throughput. Operating system attempts the demand paging. Otherwise, the operating system could swap out a process, freeing all its frames and reducing the level of multiprogramming. This option is a good one now. So here that only we have. Next we have a diagram. Need for page replacement. See here we have two logical memories for two users. Logical memory for user 1, logical memory for user 2. So for user 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, these are the page numbers and they are having some names. And for user 2, these are the page numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 and these are the page names. Now the PC is going to be loaded page. Load M is there. Now based on this logical memory, we are getting separate page tables for user 1 and user 2. Here in the diagram here, you don't have 0, 1, 2, 3, the page numbers beside this page table. So now the page numbers are valued inside this particular, in their particular frames or not. For example, observe here 0, 1, 2, 3. As it is the page numbers I am going to write in beside this page table. So 0 is representing what? H. H is a valid one that must kept inside the which frame? Third frame. Yes, third frame. So observe actually before going to explain this physical memory, number of pages, how many here we have? 4 and 4. So 8 number of pages. So we are getting 8 number of frames. So observe 0 to 7, 8 number of frames are there. So that we have to keep all these 8 pages in their respective frames. So here 0 is there, 0, 1, 2, 3. Beside this page table, the page numbers are there, but in this diagram we don't have. So 0 is representing which page? H. H is valid, that we must kept inside the third frame. Yes. Next 1. 1 is representing what? M. That is valid, that we kept inside that fourth frame. Yes. 2. 2 is representing what? J. J is also valid, that we must kept inside the fifth frame. Yes. Now 3 here. 3 means representing what? M. M is not a valid, that is invalid one. Now moving to page table for user 2. Again 0, 1, 2, 3. Just to keep these numbers, page numbers inside the beside that page table. So 0 is representing what? A. A is valid, which we have to kept inside what? Sixth frame. Now 1 is representing what? B. But that is what? Invalid, we can't keep. Next 2. Here 0, 1, 2. So 2 page number that kept inside the page number, frame number 2, that is valid one. So here 2 is representing what? D that we kept inside the frame number 2, that is valid one. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 page number, okay, that is representing what? E that we kept, that is valid, and we have to keep inside the 7th frame. So observe here. So monitor is means it is going to be check all the pages which are which kept there in their respective pages in their respective frames or not. So here load M, already it is loaded, so M is there inside that, so we have to replace that, okay, later with B. Later we can, but it is invalid, so we can't replace it now. We have to check any other free frame is available or not. Next we have basic page replacement. Here we have to find out the location of the desired page on disk. Find a free frame. If it is there, use it. If there is no free frame, use a page replacement algorithm to select a victim frame. Now read the desired page into the newly free frame, update the page and frame tables and restart the process. Now you see the diagram about the page replacement. Here page replacement takes the following approaches. If no frame is free, we find one that is not currently being used and free it. We can free a frame by writing its contents to swap space and changing the page table and all other tables which are relevant to other tables. Now here we can now use the freed frame to hold the page for which the processor faulted. We modify the page fault service routine to include page replacement. So what are the steps here we followed? Find the location of the desired page on the disk. Find if free frame is available or not. If there is a frame, use it. If there is no free frame, use a page replacement algorithm to select a victim frame. So now first swap out that victim page. Now what's the second point? We have to change to invalid, so that third one, swap desired page in. The already here the free space is available, so that swap desired page in. Now fourth one, reset page table. So after swapping means what? Page in means what? We have to reset the page table for new page. So write the victim page to the desired disk, change the page and frame tables accordingly. Read the desired page into the newly free frame. Change the page and frame tables, restart the user process. If no frames are free, then what it is going to happen? 2 page transfers, one out and one in are required. This situation effectively doubles the page fault service time and increases the effective access time accordingly. Reduce this overhead by using a modify bit, that is also called as a dirty bit. Each page or frame may have a modify bit associated with it in the hardware. The modify bit for a page is set by the hardware whenever any word or byte in the page is written into, indicating that the page has been modified. When we select a page for replacement, we examine its modify bit. If the bit is set, we know that the page has been modified since it was read in from the disk. In this case, we must write that page to the disk. If the modified bit is not set, the page has not been modified since it was read into memory. Therefore, if the copy of the page on the disk has not been overwritten by some other page, for example, next then we can avoid writing the memory page to the disk. It is already there. Page replacement is basic to demand paging. It completes the separation between logical memory and physical memory with this mechanism. An enormous virtual memory can be provided for programmers on a smaller physical memory. We must solve 2 major problems to implement demand paging. We must develop a frame allocation algorithm and a page replacement algorithm. If we have multiple processes in memory, we must decide how many frames to allocate to each process. Further, when page replacement is required, we must select the frames that are to be replaced. We have a reference string here. Observe. We evaluate an algorithm by running it on a particular string of memory references and computing the number of page faults. The string of memory references is called a reference string. We can generate reference strings artificially by a random number generator, for example, or we can trace a given system and record the addresses of each memory reference. It produces a large number of data on the order of 1 million addresses per second. So here at last, with page replacement algorithms, we want lowest page fault rate. Evaluate algorithm by running it on a particular string of memory references, that is reference string, and computing the number of page faults on that string. So here, to reduce the number of data, otherwise number of faults, we use two facts. First, for a given page size, and the page size is generally fixed by the hardware or system, we need to consider only the page number rather than the entire address. Second, if we have a reference to a page P, then any immediately following references to page P will never cause a page fault. Page P will be in memory after the first reference. The immediately following references will not fault. So here next we have a graph of page faults versus the number of frames. So if we are increasing the number of frames, we have to reduce the number of page faults. So this is one of the graph of page faults versus the number of frames. We have a Berardi's anomaly, means for some page replacement algorithms, the page fault rate may increase as the number of allocated frames also increases. That is Berardi's anomaly. Now we have different page replacement algorithms. That is optimal page replacement, LRU page replacement, and the other which are kept in the link.